What a couple of days. So I've been on the 2021 MARIN Alpine Trail E2 e-bike, Shimano EP8. They say they rattle, doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me whatsoever. I thought it was going to be an issue. No worries. 38 Performance Elite, killer, just killer. I serviced them this morning and they feel absolutely sensational. They feel killer. I could be closer to perfect, but I'm being nitpicky. I'm being, you know, I'm trying to get the absolute best out of it, regardless of the performance I'm getting out of it now. If you check Strava, good time 69. I've just put a few laps down here. You can see that this thing motors. This thing absolutely motors. It carries wicked speed. The suspension on the back is just sublime. It could be a little bit softer, but I wouldn't want it any deeper in the sag. So I'm pretty much open on the compression. I'm 4 clicks from closed on the rebound. I could go another click closed on the rebound, but I wouldn't want to go too much more because I did that the other day and it started to get a little bit choppy in the back. So I'd probably leave that. The fork at 99, I'd probably go to 98 with the configuration I've got, or maybe just back off a little bit on that compression. Full yeehaw bar, I've got about maybe 5 mil of usable travel left, and then it's bottom out, so they don't bottom out on the crown, they bottom out just shy of it. 10-speed Shimano XT SLX combo at the back is killer. There's no need for more than 10 gears. It's great spread. It's still got like, it's probably a 51 or something at the top. I'm not sure what that is, but it's a really good spread anyway. Can't get a drink bottle in here. I put this side load. This is a Lesign side load, which is pretty crappy really. I'll be honest, that's a poor investment by me. But also, it's too big for, you know, these newer Camelback bottles are crappy. They take up a fair bit of space. The older ones were better. I was trying to get an older short one, like a 500 ml or whatever, but I couldn't find one anywhere. So I can't get a drink bottle in there. So that's a shame. So I've just stashed water on the trail. Fusion X, dropper's killer. The componentry on this bike's perfect. Slx brakes are so strong. 200 rotor at the front, 200 rotor at the rear. Heaps of power all day, consistent. They could do with a bleed, only because when I had it upside down, I was noticing it was wandering a bit. The bite point was changing a fair bit, so that could be bled and improved. But functionally on the trail, no worries, no wandering bite point, no nothing. 165 cranks. I've just changed these XTs off the E13s because the E13s apparently cracked the splines. So yeah. XT, these are 165s as well. I would have gone 160s or even 155s. I definitely would have gone 160s for an e-bike. Absolutely. Just give you a bit more clearance and it'll allow me to stay low in this back. The ride height, handling, like the handling and ride height of this bike, 350 spring, 70, I'm probably 77 dressed up to ride, is perfect. No preload. It is killer. It is. I'm only just kissing the bottom on hard bottom outs, and if you watch the GoPro videos, you'll see where I'm bottoming, when I'm bottoming, and it's just killer. It is killer. These wheels must be okay. It's a super fat rim at the back. It's probably like 35 to 40 mil wide at the back, with a 2.8 at the back. Slides around a little bit, but not terrible. I made sense of it pretty easy. Max tear at the back, max tear at the front. Exo Plus. I'm surprised these tyres got through today, to be honest. This place is pretty rocky and gnarly, and I was on the pace. No nothing. So no dings, no rim dings, no nothing, no loose spokes. Oh, pardon me. It's quite low at the front, so I've gone back up on the stem a little bit. I'm probably only at 1050, maybe 10. Yeah, I think I'm at 1050 from the ground to the top of the grip. But balance-wise, it feels good. It feels quite good. Mullet, obviously. You can't go wrong with a 27.5 out the back. Sure, it's a 27.5 plus, so it's nearly as big as a 29er anyway, but yeah, I'd probably go like an Aggressor or a DHR2 at the back in a 2.4, even a 2.6 for the DHR2. Yeah, I don't think I hate wide tyres as much as I always have. It's just they're a little harder to get through things. They kind of, if you want to get through a space that big, you've got no chance with a wide tyre. You're gonna cut it. So more chance to cut on the wide tyres. Handling on this bike, oh god, it is so easy to send. On the second day, I was going to tip it into Waterfall DH, which is a fairly steep trail and fairly unforgiving, especially at the top. And I don't ride most bikes down there until I got them singing. And this thing, straight off the bat, had me feeling like I could send that no worries. Very happy with this bike. Very happy with this bike. Would I buy one? I'm not one to buy an e-bike, I don't think. But if I was to buy an e-bike, if I was in the market for an e-bike, especially since I've ridden a few now, I would not even look at another e-bike. I want to ride the Focus Sam squared. That's apparently really good. But everything else I wouldn't even look at. I'd look at the old, like the Merida E160 is pretty good, but it's not, it's not this, no way. It is not this bike. 174 centimeters, 1238-ish wheelbase, 63 head angle, 78 seat angle. I actually put the seat back a little bit because all the wires are zip tied in and pinned where they go through the motor or past the motor. If I tried to put the seat up, it was just yanking on the actuator, so I couldn't put the seat up without dropping the motor. So I just left the seat down, slid the seat back in the rails a bit, and it gave me enough height. But if this is your own, this is Stu's bike, and he's a fair bit shorter or a bit shorter than me, so I've left it for him. I had no problems on this thing. Tricky climbing on an e-bike because it's constantly going, and easy climbs are easy, but technical climbs like the 7-minute climb, that was so hard. And such a good challenge and such a good workout too. Like your core, you're always moving and counterbalancing, and I don't know what to say about this bike. It is incredible. It's incredible. It's my favourite bike I've ever ridden. It's my favourite bike it feels exactly like my Patrol. It feels exactly like my Patrol, but with a motor, and it carries wicked momentum. It is just oozing confidence for me, oozing confidence. I would not be scared to ride it. I could go and ride Death Track. I could go and do a couple of Death Track laps, Sky DH laps, Waterfall DH laps. Anywhere in Adelaide that gets kind of gnarly, no worries. I wouldn't even hesitate. So, kicked it out the park, MARIN. Absolutely kicked it out the park. Well done. Seems durable so far. Is there anything that I didn't like? I don't think so. I don't think there was one thing on this bike I didn't like. There must be. There must be something. I don't like that I have to give it back. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's killer. I think the suspension platform is so no-brainer. Like, it's so just send it. Just send it. Oh, it's killer. Open compression, nearly closed on the rebound. It's gangster. So, Stu, thank you so much. This week, I'm making International Kiss a Firefighter Week. He's a fiery, and I know a lot of fireys, and they're all just absolute killer people. If you see Stu or any of the fireys around, give them a big, fat, sloppy kiss, and tell them thanks for what they do. And thanks for lending me your bike. You're a legend.